Inspector Paul Mauro is here, founder of opsdesk.org and a Fox News contributor. Paul, great to have you here. In terms of New Orleans preparation and what the streets were like that allowed this to happen and what you're now hearing from the FBI, what's your takeaway today on this Monday?
Well, at the end of the day, the FBI is operating at an international level, at the national level. They're putting together products that go down to the ground level to local police departments to secure events like this. The FBI does not secure local events. They can inform, but they don't do that physical work. At the end of the day, it's on the police departments to do that. And any cop, especially here in New York City, has been in the middle of a million of those. They call them details. You have to do everything you can to secure it. This event tracks very closely to what we saw here in 2017, Suffolk, what he did on the West Side Highway, a rented truck on a holiday, trying to get to a crowd literally with the same type of ISIS flag affixed to the back of the truck. It's so exact, in fact, that it suggests to me that Jabbar was familiar with that event. So the failure at ground level, to me here, is what's really salient. Yeah, the Bureau might have missed something. That's going to be at a higher level, and that needs a forensic as well. But what happened on the ground? Somebody made the decision, or didn't make the decision, to say, we're coming into three major events. We're going to have New Year's Day, the Sugar Bowl, and then the Super Bowl. This is a cascade of big events. We're going to remove the bollards for the first two. When we had the RNC here back in the early 2000s in New York, I was working for the police commissioner at the time. They planned that a year. The traffic plan alone was 8 inches thick. That's planning. That doesn't look to me like any planning here. And when you saw the response in that press conference in a shambolic way that nobody owned it, that tells me that they really didn't have their arms around
it'd be nice
this.
if people took responsibility when there's a failure. We don't see a whole lot of that anymore. It'd be good to say, you know what, this was a problem.
Right.
It's never going to happen again. I think that people would respond very well to that. Last question. This struck me as familiar in some ways to Nidal Hasan, the Fort Hood shooter, in the military, but was over a period of time was becoming more and more radicalized, even if it doesn't have a link to his travel in Egypt or Ontario, this individual, which it might. These lone actors get motivated, and they're just as dangerous as if they were attached to something larger, Paul.
Of course, and then they have the military training, right? They have weapons familiarity, and they know how to make explosives, which apparently he did. Now, we don't know if that goes back to his military training, but Nidal Hasan, the Fort Hood shooting, the thing that was the lesson there that should have been taken away was that, and this was during the Obama administration, it was a very politically correct time.
That's right.
Hasan was on the radar screen. They had his comms with a guy named Anwar al-Awlaki, a radical preacher in Yemen, and yet they didn't move on him, and as a result, people died. We can't afford that kind of thing these days, and if it turns out, just to close the loop here, when they do the forensic on the FBI, they missed him because he didn't have enough of a footprint, then that's okay, we learn. But if they missed him because everybody in the FBI was at DEI training, that's a different story, and I hope that the Trump administration gets to the bottom of it.
100%. Well said. Paul, thank you very much. Paul Mauro joining us.